Welcome everybody to this interview from me, Shan Ali, with Mr. Fateh Khan from NASMAK Technologies. Now, before I talk about Fateh and introduce him, I'd like to say welcome Fateh for coming and thank you for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
And I would like you to try and introduce yourself for everyone who is watching with us.
First of all, thank you, Cheyenne, for having me here and giving me an opportunity to share some of my experience and knowledge with you guys. So, as Cheyenne mentioned, my name is Fateh Khan. I'm a CEO of NASMAK Technologies. This is a business development consultancy firm, specialized in providing software service and solution to the education industry. Uh, Thank you, Shan.
So, Fateh Khan, what sort of experience do you have working in the software industry? What sort of stuff do you work with?
Shan, I started my software journey,
Mhm.
or I should say, information technologies journey
Yeah.
back in 1996.
Hmm.
I had a proper education in information technologies. Apart from that, I'm working from last 20 years with the different companies and different societies and foundations. Altogether, it's been already like 20 years for me in this industry. And
Hmm.
apart from that, I'm running this consultancy from last 3 years now. So it's been a very successful journey for us so far.
And when you say consultancy, what are you referring to in particular? Just IT consultancy or?
So, Shan, this is a very good question because the consultancy is a very broad word, you
Yep.
know. So, so what we do here in NASMAC Technologies, we provide business development consultancy with the help of
Mhm.
information technologies. Like we audit businesses, we
Yep.
see how why these businesses are not growing, what are the hurdles, challenges, pain points, and then we try to resolve those pain points with automation, with procedures and processes. And then we introduce tools and technologies to the businesses so they can increase their productivity and reduce their like a hard work. NASMAC Technologies providing business development consultancy
Yep. Yep.
to grow businesses.
Beautiful. So on top of providing consultancy, you also try and give solutions using technology, trying to automate tasks and make tasks easy for other people. What sort of technologies? Did I get that right? By the way, just checking.
Yes, it's absolutely right. So,
Yep.
different IT sectors
Hmm.
require different sort of technologies. For
Yep.
instance, as I mentioned, we are providing these tools and technologies to the education sector. So here we are talking about the learning management system,
Yep.
student management system,
Yep.
recruitment management system, and all sort of these tools come here. And these are the products actually. These are not technology, or you can say this is tools. So if we are talking about the technologies underlying the foundation of these products, the basic thing is the technological stack, you can say, is like a
Hmm.
HTML, CSS, PHP, MySQL database, the web servers, and all sort of these things come when we talk about the product
Yep.
underlined with all these technologies.
Hmm. Talking about technologies, we did have a little bit of a talk prior, and you mentioned something about HTML5P. Now, I myself, I know I'm familiar with what HTML is, and I heard about HTML5, but this is my first time hearing about HTML5P. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, Shayan. Because HTML5
Yep.
is a very powerful language to deliver a rich interactive media.
Yep.
Before HTML5, it used to be a Macromedia or Adobe Flash,
Hmm.
where people can interact with the learning content, they can experience the learning content, they can do certain exercise by performing certain interactive exercise to learn something. But just like the flash is normal here, and there was a quite big gap in the industry. So all these like technologists, IT developers and coders, they introduced HTML5 to replace the interactivity. So
Mhm.
HTML5, as I say, is a very rich language to present interactive content to the end user as well, to the end user. So today, as I says, while we're talking about the interactivity, so this is really very important for us, being a technology solution provider to the education institutes and the organization, to deliver these learning and knowledge with the maximum interactivity, with maximum you should say exposure to the content.
Yeah.
So me and my team, and apart from us, the community sit and they just work on this, how can we make the educational content more interactive, because in the pandemic there was a very big challenge,
Yeah.
because pandemic changed the education delivering style. Before, student used to go to the colleges, university, physical location, they do self face-to-face trainings, but all sort of these things replaced by the online education delivery. So here, what we just find out, all educationists and the technologists, they found like there is a gap. People and the kids, and they are not getting a fully exposure to these online education learning contents, like
Mhm.
while they are watching the online videos, while they're reading the online provided text through the learning management system, their focus level and attention level decrease,
Yeah.
and occupied with other thoughts and all sort of these things. Uh,
Yeah.
so so that's why, we introduce a HP5 based interactive content developed on the top of HTML5 language, you should say. So this is called HTML5 packages. So
Yeah.
now, with these packages, we are delivering educational content, very powerful interactive content, so the student and the participant can get a fully interactivity and can get a full exposure of the content, so their learning curve can be improved, and they can grab the knowledge in a more efficient way.
Yeah. Could you give us an example or try and show us an idea of what you mean by interactivity? What sort of interactivity are we talking about?
Yes, Shayan. So I'm going to share this screen with you.
Yeah.
Please let me know if you are able to. Okay, here we go. So this is a product of NASMAK technology, and it's
Mm.
called Norno. And then in this product, we just configured few HTML5, HP5, or you should say HTML5 based content for this demonstration. So if
Yeah.
I'm going to scroll down, so we can see there is some interactive learning content here,
Yeah.
and then like once I click on this content, we can see there is a quite a few examples here to show. So first, I'm going to open this interactive video example. So here we can see that like a video is just loaded. It seems like a very normal video, but if you just notice at the footer of this video, you will notice a few dots, a few more stars, widgets, and timelines. So
Mhm.
this interactive video, this is not a normal YouTube video. This is an interactive HP5 based video. And how these videos work, like first, the presenter in the video deliver knowledge and stops on these dotted points, and then ask several questions with the participant or the student, like what they learned in the previous part of this video. So the questions can be a drag and drop, can be a filling the blanks, can be a multiple choice question,
Could
can
you
be a
show
true
us?
false.
Could you show us what you
Absolutely.
mean by
So I just
examples?
play this video,
Yep.
and I just reduce the sound. So
Yep.
I'm going to drag this video here so we can experience it. So
Yep.
as you can see that it's just approaching to this dot at the moment, and it stops here. So now it's
Okay.
asked this like an interactive widget or component appears on the screen, and it says,
Yeah.
what is AI? It is automation integration, is artificial intelligence, artificial image. And we says, okay, it can be artificial intelligence. I click
Yeah.
on this one, and let's check what is mean by this. Are you sure? Okay, I just cancel this one. I just want to check this one. So
Yeah.
what we'll do, I just say finish of this one. So it says, okay, this is artificial intelligence, and this is
Yeah.
one after one, and then we can continue. For instance, if someone
Let me fix
answers,
something.
um,
Sorry about that. That was just a quick phone call. I
no
put
worries,
on.
that's all good. So if someone's not answers correctly to this question, then what
Yeah.
will happen? That person cannot proceed to the next part of the video. The video will be logged down. So it's totally based on
Okay.
the configuration, like how we are going to configure this video. Here, like I just provided the correct answer, so I says
Yeah.
continue, and now it's moving forward. So as you can see that, like this is just one example of an interactivity. And while we are presenting this video in front of the participant and the student,
Hmm.
they will be a bit curious, like this is not just a simple video. This video
Yep.
can be stopped anytime, and they need to provide the correct answer. So the attention level, the focus level of the participant will be always there, and it's going not going to be occupied with other thoughts and all sort of these things. So this is just a one example. So I'm going to close this example
Yeah. Yeah.
because there's many things to share. The next one is an impressive presentation. Like
So,
now I'm
quick
going.
question,
Yeah,
if you don't mind
yes,
me
please.
asking. So then, I'm guessing then educator or someone who has, let's say, some sort of learning program, they would basically upload the video and configure and customize how they want to design the video to be interactive, correct?
Absolutely, Shayan.
Okay.
We do have a specialist called
Yeah.
instructional designers. So the instructional designers, they work they work along with the content writer of the course, and
Okay.
they write down they define the flow of the courses as well, like
Hmm.
how we can. It's like something our directors, so we do have a
Yeah.
story in our hand. Now we need to put this in story in front of our audience.
Okay.
So the instruction designer like suggest, okay, this component we can use here, we can use interactive video, we can use a drag and drop component here, we can use a filling the blanks a component here. So I'm going to show you few more example of the interactivity, and it's
Hmm.
going to be and remember, all these interactive component, they all developed in HTML5.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about which technology on top of the HTML5, so it's HP5 based
Yep.
contents. Uh, so here, this is another example of interactivity. Just notice how the screen's transitioning. It's not a plain photo gallery where we can move right to left, left to right, and can see the images. This is
Yeah.
something you will notice like interactivity here. So
Beautiful.
this interactivity enhance the interest of the student or the participant, and keep their intention intact, so they can grab as much as knowledge they can get.
Hmm.
So apart from that, I'm going to demonstrate you some other examples. So for instance, if we are delivering a content to a cyber security technologies, and
Yeah.
want to show them how server room is going to be look like, then we
Yeah.
can use this here. Right now I'm showing like a Petra or similar to that one. So this sort of component can be replaced according to the course requirement. So
Yeah.
as you can see that, like there is a few interactive element here. So if I click on this interactive element, is take us to more to the next screen. So if I want to know what is that, so this information is here. If I click here, then I'm getting video as well. So
Yeah.
as you can see that there is uh, like a nested interactivity, like interactivity within interactivity. So it's a can only be happen, and this is all responsive, like a look and feel, which
Yeah.
is optimized with the mobile. handheld devices, and
Yeah,
desktop as well.
beautiful.
So this is the beauty of these contents as well. So while
So
yes, please.
So in this scenario, we're looking at, let's say, monuments, but this can also be applied to different systems, different areas. So let's say, as you mentioned, servers was one, and maybe different designs for different systems. Let's say in let's say a chemical engineer, if they're trying to understand the structure of a specific piece of equipment, then this can be used to explain that concept.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
And we can deliver a close to real experience to
Yep,
the audience as well. So as you can see that it says virtual 3D 360. So you can see you can move right, left, and back, so they can get
yep,
a full exposure of the environment, the one they are going to be within that environment to perform
yep,
their duties and their tasks. So, Shian, HTML5, as I say, the sky's no limit. This is a never-ending story. It only depends on the creativity of the person, like how they are going to enhance the existing functionalities and capability, and what they can create from these capabilities and the functionalities. As you can see that the people out there, me and my team, we develop
yep,
these few interactivity content. But as I says, the technology is very fast, very vast, and very rich. So we can deliver whatever we can think we can deliver and create here.
Thank you, Fateh Khan, for introducing HTML5 and also HP5 as well. So, as Fateh Khan mentioned, Fateh Khan is from NASMAK Technologies, and he can help you design these systems, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a big team behind this. And in terms of interactivity, as he's mentioned, the sky is the limit. So, thank you. And just give me 2 seconds. So, is there anything else you'd like to mention, Fateh Khan, before I close this interview? Anything you'd like to mention for anyone who's watching, just so that they can know more about HP5 or how they can also get in contact with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as I says, HTML5 is a very rich language. It's a foundation. If someone want to jump into the IT industry, so they should start with HTML5 first,
Hmm.
because if they grasp these technologies, then they can, as I say, they can create anything, any interactive material or component or a widget they think of. So as I says, just give it a go. This The libraries out there. There is a portal out there. There is a free material out there. If you want to go and experience by yourself, there is a very good
Yep,
websites there. So don't hesitate to make your hands get dirty. Just
yep,
go and do it.
beautiful. Thank you, Fateh Khan, for being with us here today. And other than that, as Fateh Khan has mentioned, if you'd like to learn more about this, there are many free materials online, and there's many places you can learn HTML for yourself, HTML5. And we'll also have uh, a website that people can go to, I think h5p.org, where you can learn
That's
more
correct.
about, yeah, where
That's
you can
correct.
learn more about HP5. Otherwise, thank you, Fateh Khan, for being here. I really do appreciate it. So, Fateh Khan
Thank you,
from
Shan.
NASMAK, I'd like to give you a round of applause and thank you for being in this interview.
Thank you, Shan. Thank you.
No
Bye.
worries. Bye.